Welcome to Missouri Sports Talk. I'm your host, Cameron Staley. Today we've got large school predictions for week 4 of Missouri high school football. A few things before we get started here. This past week I went 24-18. Not the greatest. I hope to not be that bad for the rest of the season. We'll see. This week I'm pretty confident. I think I can bounce back. The Missouri Sports Talk games of the week are not set quite yet. I do have 2 of my own. Tonight, I'll be at Wright City versus Louisiana. Tomorrow, I'm projected to be at Marceline versus Milan. Still don't know Easton's spot, but there is some rain on the forecast in the state, so we'll see. Hopefully, nothing gets canceled or moved around. So hopefully, I'll be at Marceline tomorrow. So let's go ahead with this past week's scores. In Class 4, Hannibal 54-26 over Troy. I did take the Trojans in that one. So this is an interesting win for Hannibal. I knew there was a chance at this one with Troy losing Hunter Humphrey. I just didn't expect it to be this big of a win. So that did shoot Hannibal up into the top 5 for Class 4. Kearney 34-14 over Smithville. An impressive win at 2 top 10 teams in Class 4. Carl Junction gets business done. 49-15 is your final there against Marshfield. Mexico, an upset over Odessa, 48-43. Charlie Fisher, 95 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and an interception on defense. Savannah, 28-0 against Kirksville. The Tigers last season were 9-0, so I got a feeling they're not feeling great right now. Hopefully they don't get thrown off track with the bad start, though. Kaylor Schrick for the Savages, 42 passing yards, 121 rushing yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns. Cape Central wins 33-14 on the road against Sykeston. That's a good win for them. The Class 4 scoreboard, let's go over the rankings first and foremost. At number 1, we've got Kearney. Number 2 is Lutheran North. Number 3, Savannah. Number 4, Nevada. Number 5, Hannibal. Number 6, Orchard Farm. Number 7, Festus. Number 8, Smithville. Number 9, Carl Junction, and number 10, McDonald County. Carl Junction versus Logan Rogersville. These 2 teams currently undefeated right now. Last season, Carl Junction did win 38-13, and they're only allowing 14.3 this season. The defense is looking good for CJ, so I'll take the Bulldogs here at home. Harrisonville versus Warrensburg. I'll take the road team in this one. They won by 31 last year, and they're only allowing 10 a game. Now, Harrisonville, they're only allowing 17, so this is a defensive matchup, but I'll go with the road team. Marshall versus Mexico. Mexico's looking better than I expected them to this season. They bounced back from that rough loss at Centralia in week 1. That was a Class 2 team that they lost to, so I was a little nervous for them, but they've gotten it together. They beat Southern Boone and then a ranked Odessa team, so I will go with the Bulldogs here. They're 9-1 against Marshall since 2015, and that includes a 5-game win streak over them right now. Monette versus Seneca. Monette, they lost pretty rough to Nevada in week 1. They bounced back week 2 with a 70-0 win over Stratford, and they won this past week as well. I'm forgetting who they played, but I'm going to go with Seneca here on the road. I got them at number 1 in Class 3. These 2 teams are 6-6 against each other since 2015, but in the last 2, Seneca's won by 50 or more. Nevada versus McDonald County will be your Class 4 game of the week. Nevada is 3-4 against McDonald County since 2018, but this is their homecoming. They're coming off a loss to Seneca. I think they're going to be fired up. It's going to be interesting to see who can take care of this one. McDonald County, they're off to a hot start. They beat Lamar in week 1, who I've got top 3 in Class 2, so overall, this is an even one. Both teams are ranked. Prediction for this one coming tomorrow on Friday. West Plains versus Branson. Give me the road team here. Branson, they won last season 46-21. They're only allowing 17.7 a game. West Plains lost their QB1. The offense is still playing well, though, but we'll see if they can replicate that in this game against Branson. Class 5 from this past week, Cardinal Ritter 50-0 against Francis Howell. Howell was coming off a good win against Zumwalt North and couldn't do anything with it. Carthage 48-15 over Glendale. That result was kind of expected. For Zumwalt North, 27-21 over Zumwalt West. I actually took the Jags in this one with Zumwalt North coming off a rough loss to Howell, and they actually win this one. It was a game-winning touchdown pass to win the Zumwalt Showdown. Kirkwood loses at home to Lafayette Wildwood 35-28. These are two really good teams. Lafayette is on the up and up in Class 6, and Kirkwood is still a top 5 team in Class 5. Platte County, they're showing why they're number one, 46-7 over Fort Osage. In Republic, 55-33 is your final against Ozark. Their quarterback, Preston McCracken, 44 passing yards, 131 rushing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, and 1 passing touchdown. Class 5 scoreboard. Let's talk about the rankings. Number 1 will be Platte County. Number 2, Rockhurst. Number 3, Cardinal Ritter. Number 4, Kirkwood. Number 5, Republic. Number 6, Carthage. Number 7, Eureka. Number 8, Webb City. Number 9, Fort Zumwalt North. And number 10 is Hazelwood East. Capital City versus Rockbridge. I'll take the Bruins here. I'm repping them today. That's the shirt I've got on. They've never lost to Capital City. They're up 5-0 on them. They're only allowing 13.3 a game this year, so I'll take them on the road. Farmington versus Jackson. I got to go with Jackson here. It's an obvious pick. They've got 14 straight wins against Farmington, and that includes 11-0 matchup history since 2015. Indians are the pick here. Ladue versus Hazelwood East. I'm going to take the Spartans. They're only allowing 2 points a game compared to Ladue's 30.7 allowed on defense. Hazelwood East has played some pretty easy competition to start up the season. Ladue has challenged themselves, so that is kind of where those numbers come from. But Hazelwood East did pick up 2 wins against Ladue last season. I think they continue that role. North Point versus Liberty. Got to go with Liberty here. They're 3-1 against North Point since 2022. That was North Point's first season of varsity. This is a pretty new school. Liberty, they're scoring 42.7 a game. They're only allowing 11.7, sitting right outside of the Class 6 rankings. I think that's my pick there. Smith Cotton versus Jefferson City. I'll go with Smith Cotton here. Although they are 0-5 against JC since they joined the CMAC in 2020. They have better wins this year so far with the Silver Tiger Trophy, I believe is what it's called, against Warrensburg. And then they do have 2 common opponents. Both of them beat Camdenton. It was a really close win for JC. I believe it was like 14. And then last week I saw Smith Cotton versus Camdenton. And Smith Cotton won that one at home 42-19. Their other common opponent was Rockbridge. And it's funny to say that Smith Cotton lost better against Rockbridge because it was 42-7. So it was a 35-point loss. But then JC turned around this past week and lost to Rockbridge by 45. So I think the Smith Cotton Tigers are the pick here. St. Pius the 10th versus Cardinal Ritter. I'm going to make this the Class 5 game of the week. Both of these teams are better than their records. They're both 1-2 right now. And they've matched up one time. I believe it was 2 years ago. And St. Pius won this one 21-20. So I think this is an interesting matchup, and it's a statement game for either one, whoever wins this. Class 6 from this past week, SLU with a surprising one, 31-14 over DeSmet. Nixa continues to take care of business, 28-14 over Joplin on the road. Lee Summit, they lose at home, 31-7 against Blue Springs South. Jaden Richburg for the Jaguars, 8 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks, living in the backfield all night. Lee Summit West loses at home to Liberty North, 30-14. Liberty 35-0 against Warrenton. That was a surprising score to me. I believe I did pick them to win that. I picked them to win that one, but not by 35, and definitely not in a shutout. So I'm really impressed by that one. In that game, Jalen Mack, their running back, 63 rushing yards, a rushing touchdown, 3 receptions, 68 receiving yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. Rockwood Summit 31-16 on the road over Oakville. That's a statement win for them. I've got them at 11 or 12 right now in Class 5. Class 6 scoreboard, let's start off with the rankings. Number 1 is Nixa. Number 2, CBC. Number 3, Blue Springs South. Number 4, Liberty. Number 5, Jackson. Number 6, Lee Summit North. Number 7, Lafayette Wildwood. Number 8, Blue Springs. Number 9, SLU. And number 10, Helias. Those last 2 teams, welcome to the rankings. CBC versus DeSmet. This one is an easy pick for me, in my opinion. CBC, this year, they're scoring 53.7 a game, only allowing 13, and it's been a really shaky start for DeSmet, so I'll take the Cadets here. Blue Springs versus Staley. I'm going to take Blue Springs here. They're 4-2 since 2015 against Staley. They're only allowing 11.3 this year, so the defense is looking good. Blue Springs South versus Raymore Peculiar. I'll take South here. They're 5-5 against each other since 2015, but last year this game ended 51-12 in South's favor. I think it's kind of along the lines again this year. Raypec's just an interesting team. They lose a lot, but they're always one of the better losing teams because they just have such a tough schedule. Central St. Joseph versus North Kansas City. They're both 3-0 right now, but I'm kind of waiting for either one of them to get fraud checked. I know that's kind of rude to say, but I just don't know if these are like 3-0 caliber teams. North KC does have a really impressive win over Park Hill. 69-51 was the final there. So this is where the prediction comes from. I'll take the Hornets here. They're 6-2 against Central since 2016, and they are scoring 43 a game, but that plays into Central because they're only allowing 10.3 a game. So we'll see how this one goes. Nixa versus Carthage is our Class 6 game of the week. Nixa is 3-10 against Carthage since 2015, but that comes with 3 straight wins against them. So, the tide is turning. I'm interested to see how this one goes. Carthage, I believe, have at number 6 in Class 5, and I've got Nixa at number 1 in Class 6. So we'll see how this one goes. Park Hill versus Kearney is where we'll end this one off. Got to go with Kearney here. They won last year. I was at that game. Park Hill did not look bad, but Kearney, they really took control of that game early and have the lead the whole entire time. They both can score, but I think the defense takes it for Kearney. They're not allowing very much, and Park Hill, like I mentioned earlier with North KC's score against them, it was 69-51. So that shows obviously they score like I just said. They also give up a lot, so I think Kearney can take advantage of that. That's all we got for today. This has been Missouri Sports Talk. See you next time.